Hello, and I'm back with another quick little video. Just a little low-key conversation with me, although I'm basically talking to myself. But earlier this week I wrote a blog post on some fun ideas for bullet journaling. These are not new ideas. These are more like starter ideas for anyone thinking of starting the bullet journal type of journaling. My way of bullet journaling is not the typical make your tasks in a certain way and then carry them over to the next day. I have more of a system of jot down all my reminders for the month, do a weekly thing, and then break it down into days. Basically like this, where it is a month, and then you take from each week group into your week, and then you take from your week group and put those tasks into these specific days. This is a planner that I have up in my KDP. I'll link to it in the bottom. Actually, I have a video where I run through the form of that, but mine is basically a version of that. But today I just want to share 3 of my absolute favorites from the list that I blogged about earlier this week. And if you, and I'll link to that below, but if you haven't read it, and if you can't figure out what my number one, what my first, I wouldn't say it's my number one, but my first favorite thing about journaling in this way is washi tape. The options out there are just astronomical and mind-blowing, and I mean, I have tape that has little macarons with faces on it. Why would I ever need this? I don't know. It's cute. Who cares why I need it? But basically washi tape is a kind of a less tacky even version of like a painter's tape. So, and it's easy to rip, and it goes on wherever you want it, and it comes off easily if you decide you don't want it. So easy on, easy off. It really is easy off. Don't pay attention to that. This tape is so old. Anyway, it is very easily put on and taken off, even on paper. I mean, I wouldn't leave it on there forever and then decide to take it off, but anyway, washi tape. It can be used everywhere. I put it in the spine. I put it just all over. And while I'm on this crazy page, this is one of my very first pages, but basically you can do anything, and that's what I really love about these things. And I'll show you later in the video how my my second tip that I love, or the second reason I love this type of journaling, is basically the freeform, the ability to adapt it to whatever your needs. Obviously, when I was doing this, Wednesdays and Saturdays were my day off from work, so I had more time to do more things. I also took a lot more time back when I started to really make cute things. I got a little burnt out after a few pages of doing this much, and now my days are so full of trying to get my life in order. I have gone to a 2-day per page kind of spread, and then a brain dump to use. So I've broken it down even more, but I do like having face-to-face pages so that I'm not trying to figure out things as I go. But even from just that week to just a couple weeks later, another thing I did was I made a stamp to use, because I like this sort of drop shadow idea. And it can just be as easy as that. What I really love is just the way you can really just go for it and do whatever you like. And again, the washi tape is great for tabbing pages as well. But as I said, my absolute favorite reason for doing this type of journaling is the organic way you can adapt it and adjust the days the way that suits you. And so that's my number one, the washi tape, the flexibility of just changing the layout however suits you. And then on top of that, I like the creative aspect of it, meaning if you don't necessarily have time to do all this craziness, which I don't anymore, as I said, I've gone to just a list at this point, but I do like to go back to the sort of more boring pages. If I have time, I like to set aside time for some creativity. If I feel like I don't really know what to do, I'll go back and add washi tape or some marker colors around the borders and things just to pretty it up, because I like making lists, but I also like having pretty things to look at. And I think that if you make your to-do list something that's fun to look at, something that's pretty, something that you want to look at, you're more likely to go back and do those tasks. I find myself checking more off and moving less over to the next day when I want to go back and look at how pretty it is. One note on markers, though, is make sure your pages are thick enough to handle the markers you're using. I would never use a Sharpie on mine because it always goes through. These are just cheapy journals. My good journals are saved for special things. So on to my third thing that I love about this, out of the, I think I have like 8 or 9 other things that I like about this type of journaling, but speaking on the creativity aspect of it, I always keep a page free for a massive doodle for the beginning of the month. So like in this journal where I showed you this planner that I made, I have this page to keep track of all of my bills and reminders that will go further into the week. In my journals right now, I keep a page free on the other side to do a big journal. So like March comes in like a lion, so I drew a lion. My artistic skills are not fantastic, but I just think this guy's super cute. And then this last December, I just drew some fun wintry designs to go with it, some fun lettering. Again, this is what I love about this type of journaling. You can set it up the way you want to set it up. The pages are yours to, you can put trackers in on each page, or if you are more inclined to look at a tracker, if it's separate from everything else, you can absolutely do a tracker like this, or a full day tracker. I have had my workout trackers as separate pages like this. Again, you can set it up whatever works best for you and whatever you're doing. But I did often have these few things that I try to do every day or want to make more of a habit. I used to put those in there, but I do not give myself the space for that anymore. Partly because I found I was spending a lot of time making these pages to keep track of things and then not using them at all. I have a page in here now. I won't be able to find it. I should have tabbed it. But, I wanted to plan my meals and have a meal tracker. I wrote out the pages and then never ever used them. So I wasted a whole page, which is why now I've gone to just sort of listing the things that I'm doing and just getting it out there and getting things done, because that's just where my life is at right now, which again, the adaptability and flexibility of this type of planning and journaling makes that super easy. I just want to make one more note on this journal that I have, and I'll link, I have a video that I went through this journal in more detail. I just wanted to make note that if you do get something like this, you don't have to have a blank journal to start bullet journaling or to start this type of creative journaling. Like I said, this washi tape, it goes on and comes off. If you want to get a paper journal that's already, a paper planner that's already set up, go for it. And then just get other things to throw in there as you see fit. I find that everybody's so into niching down and niching. There are planner systems that are set up and have accessories to go along with them, more stickers and things like that. If that is what helps you get into planning, to have the pages set up for you, go for it. These are just my favorite, these are just some of my favorite and easy, super easy tips to get started in journaling in this way, where you just have a blank dot grid journal, and then you can just lay it out the way you want to lay it out, whatever works for you. Again, this is just a cheap, I think I got it at Michael's. They were on sale, so I got like, I don't know, 5 of them. So yeah, this is just fun. This is a way to get your planning a little more fun, a little more exciting, and see if your productivity goes up. I am willing to bet that it does. So I hope you enjoy this. Again, I will link the video to my other planner that I have up on KDP, the blog journal with the other basic, easy starter tips for this type of journaling. And then if you want to check out some washi tape, you can find it at Blick, probably at Craftstash. I'll leave my affiliate links below, and you can check those out if you like. And if I think of anything else to link, I will link it below. If you want to see any more in-depth information on how I do my planning, leave a comment below and I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, if you liked it, like it. Subscribe if you're into super lazy, low-key videos on whatever happens to be going through my bag of cat brain. And be creative, have fun, go do stuff.